What up, y'all? Welcome to the YouTube channel, Real Advantage Productions. I go by Paz B. Two great things about me: I'm a cool guy, number one. Number two, I stand by what I say. I try to do what I say I'm going to do. Dependable. I'm a dependable dude. That's number two. And number three, I'm into the music, of course. I like to make music. I like to write music. I like to perform. Like I said, I'm Paz B. This is Real Advantage Productions. And I got something I want to talk to y'all about today. Let's get into it.
So, P. Diddy just got sentenced. Let's talk about it. I think the sentence was too high. I think it was too much. I believe they said it was 4 years. 4 years and 2 months. Craziness. I don't think P. Diddy was sentenced for what he was found guilty of. I think he was sentenced for what he was accused of. They already had the trial. The jury found that he wasn't guilty of sex trafficking. He wasn't guilty of a RICO. But it seems like to me the judge took into effect all that stuff during trial that the jury said he wasn't guilty of, said he was innocent of. Because I mean, what he was supposed to be sentenced for, he was supposed to be sentenced for the Mann Act or transportation to engage in prostitution. Basically, it was a prostitution charge. 4 years for that. He basically was sentenced 4 years and 2 months because he paid for a girl to have an Uber, because he paid for a plane ticket for a girl and then later had sex with her. So I think it was a little high. I think it could have been a lot less. I mean, personally, I think the 13 months he's already spent in jail was probably enough. Or if you wanted to make a statement or whatever, it could have probably been half. Instead of 4 years and 2 months, make it 2 years and 1 month, or just make it 2 years period. A better sentence, I think the best sentence would have probably been something like 18 or 19 months. Since he's already done 13 months, that'll make him stay in jail for another 6 months or 5 months, But anyway, I don't think he was sentenced for what he was found guilty of. I think he was sentenced for what he was accused of. Basically, that's where I fall down at. Yeah, for me, the case, as far as the actual case, when they was doing the case, it fell apart for me from the beginning. When Cassie took the stand and she said, "This was my boyfriend for the last 10 or 11 years," that was the end of the case for me, because she told the jury, she got on the stand, put her hand on the Bible and said, "This is my boyfriend." So how do you traffic your girlfriend? The case wasn't charges of domestic violence. That wasn't the case. The case was sex trafficking and conspiracy or whatever. But yeah, when she took the stand and put her hand on the Bible and said, "This has been my boyfriend for the last 10 or 11 years. We've been in and out of a relationship for the last 10 or 11 years. Then, you say you've been in a relationship with a person, you probably had sex with them. So yeah, that's where it fell apart for me. And the other girl, the Jane girl, did the same thing. She took the stand, put her hand on the Bible. "I was in a relationship with this guy. This is my boyfriend." So when they said that this is my boyfriend, if that's where it fell apart for me at. Oh yeah, one more interesting thing I wanted to add that I thought was very interesting during the trial. I followed it a little bit, but the Jane girl, this is one of the girls that I guess he got the prostitution charge for, and she claimed that it was worse than that and she was forced and all this other stuff. But anyway, the interesting part was, but Diddy was paying for this girl's apartment, and he was paying a lot for it. Like, she was living above her means. He was paying for this luxurious, extremely, extremely luxurious apartment that she couldn't afford by herself. It came out in court that, she actually was making money. I think they said that she was, she actually could pay for, she could pay for her lifestyle, or she could support herself. I think they said she was making somewhere like 50 or 60,000. I might be off a little bit, but she was making money. She was making somewhere between 50 and 60,000 a year or something like that. But Diddy was paying for this luxurious apartment for her. So now, and what made that interesting? Why it's interesting? Because he was paying for this while the trial was going on. So while she was on the stand talking all this bad stuff about him, she was still living in an apartment that he was paying the bill for. Now, what'll be very interesting to know is he still paying the bill after he got sentenced to 4 years? Is he going to still pay the bill while he's behind bars for the next 4 years? Is she still going to be living rent free to Diddy? But I felt that interesting. That was an interesting part of the trial. I mean, maybe part of that was she said stuff on stand, but maybe she didn't say stuff on stand while, he was paying for that. Maybe that's what continuing to pay for the apartment was about what she didn't say. She said a lot, but she could have said more. I don't know. You guys tell me, what do you guys think about that?